Okay, a little video about, so kind of pairing with what I described as how Ben Hogan moved the club in a circle, is that how was he so accurate? What was he doing that made him more accurate than other golfers, especially in his, we can only really compare him to his time period, but people say historically that remember him, he was super accurate compared to today's golfers too. So what was he doing? So this is what I think is his big accuracy move. So if you just take a club and rotate back and forth, you can see that there's only one moment where that club is aiming at your target, right? It's aiming to the right. One fraction of a moment that it's aiming to the left, or on to target, and then it's off to the left. So how would you minimize that? How would you create an area that was more square, so you had a lot more flexibility to be a little backward and forward? So, of course, one answer could be Ben Hogan was just that much better. His hand-eye coordination, his balance, his everything, which is probably also true. But what else was he doing? Because his swing was not just something that happened. It was something that he engineered. So watch what happens if, while I'm doing that maneuver, I do a counter move with my shoulders. So club's a little open. So now, if I do a counter move through that area where I'm changing those angles, you can see that the club face now is not opening and closing relative to the target. It's staying square. So one way you can feel this is set down the club on the ground and just figure out how to move your body. So set it square to the target, not square to your path. And then just figure out how to move your body in a way that it stays square to the target. So, and you might already recognize how this looks like what Hogan is doing. So if you take that, then that maneuver through the ball and keep going, you would recognize that big high finish, and that toe still not this way but up, and then all the way around till you get to that feeling. So what he's doing is basically the club is rotating this way, and he's countering the rotation of the hands with a counter rotation of the shoulders that goes this way. So what you have to feel when you go through the ball is this: you feel like you're doing this rotation, and then he's also letting the club go. So he's not hanging onto the club, he's counter rotating to make those two oppositional rotations of the club face neutralize each other. So I'm going to make an attempt to do this, and we'll see if I become suddenly laser accurate. So I'm going to get my feeling of counter rotating through the ball, but still releasing, counter rotating and releasing. So we'll see what that does. I'll just try to do a nice partial one. Felt like it was pretty straight. Let's do another little partial swing here. We'll try a couple. Let's see if I can see how good I can do with 3 of them. So I'm feeling like I'm counter rotating this way to keep that face square, and then I let it go. So we'll try another one. Feels pretty good, actually. Try one more. So, not bad. Let's see what my pattern of 3 is here. And obviously these aren't full swing speed swings. So, yeah, you can see I've created 3 pretty good shots there. Pretty straight, right? So I've got a lot of flexibility by making that move. I don't have to be keeping my head exactly in one place and releasing my swing in exactly one place. I've got this area of flatness, and you can see the shape is even kind of what they described Ben Hogan having, which was basically a straight ball that just sort of fell off to the right a little bit. So obviously I'm not doing that at full speed, which would be hard since I haven't practiced it, but feeling that move right through the ball, and I think this, like I said, this is the easiest way to feel how your body needs to move to do that. So set the club down even against like a board or something, feel where square is, and then just move your body through that space where you're watching what that club face does, and that club face is always at a 90-degree angle to the line here. So just move through it. And you're not doing anything with your hands to alter the release of the club. You're just moving your body in such a way that it counter-rotates that rotation of the face out of it. So practice that. Do a little, if you're trying to build a Hogan-style swing, at least. So do a little one to start, and then go ahead and hit the ball, and then so you're piecing together these elements, which personally I think is very difficult, but if you want to build a Hogan swing, it's complicated to build a swing on a model that has all these parts, but any swing you build is going to have a lot of parts that have to fit together. So I would say the other two parts, I would say the big parts to attend to get basically what Hogan was doing is, first of all, the way his hips, his lower body works in the swing. So you want to do a shift, and then a shift that way, and then rotate through. So he does an immediate move to the heel as he tosses this up. So he throws that up, and then goes to that side, and then rotates through. So toss, go, rotate. Toss, go, rotate. Toss, go, rotate. And it's not a symmetrical swing. It goes from low to high like that. So it's relatively flat in the back, and then high through the front. So that's the move. So the thing you have to start it with is you need to have a shift of your weight to this heel, and then a shift. It sort of goes heel, toe, heel. Heel, shift to the heel, move to this toe, and then once you land there, you push off and rotate through with that foot. So there's your rotation, and then, like I'm saying, the shoulders are moving this way to take the rotation out of the club face. Now I'm going to do, good luck, my best effort of putting together all those parts. So let's see what I can do. This is a work in progress for me. So not bad. Not sure if it looked like Hogan, but not bad.